Hello everyone. Let us talk about RuPay. If we talk about 10 years ago, then there was nothing like RuPay, and Visa and Mastercard used to dominate the Indian payment platforms, and hence there was a lot of data leakage from the country, and these companies of Visa like Visa and Mastercard were charging a lot to Indian banks and Indian merchants. But now, as RuPay has entered and RuPay has made its market share of 60% in the Indian market within just 10 years of its launching, then we can see that the data breaches, that the payment data of Indian consumers and merchants is not being stored in foreign countries, and hence it is very important for us to have a payment gateway, a payment system like RuPay in India itself. So, what is RuPay? What are these companies like Visa and Mastercard? Let us understand the concept. So, in a transaction, there is a buyer and there is a seller, and there is buyer's bank and there is seller's bank. So, these companies like Visa and Mastercard and RuPay now act as intermediaries in the sellers and buyers bank accounts. So they are very important in the transactions. If we talk about the rise of RuPay, then rise of RuPay has been exceptional because in only 10 years we have seen that it has captured a very rigid and strong market up to the market share of 60% because the players like Visa and Mastercard are very significant players in the world market, but in India RuPay has created an exception. If it and It was launched in 2012 by NPCI, and now we have seen that it is doing wonders in the market. Uh, there are 2 lakh ATMs in India which accept the RuPay debit cards and debit cards. And let us talk about how RuPay has been so successful. First is that when under Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, where multiple bank accounts were opened in the country, 32 crore bank accounts were opened. Then the only debit cards that were issued in the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana were the RuPay debit cards, and from there we have seen that the customer base of RuPay is very strong because 32 crore is not a small number, and hence the customer base of RuPay is very good. Another thing is that in the Kisan credit cards, in the Kisan cards, the payment platform used is RuPay. So overall, the government is supporting in every scheme of government, in every debit card or credit card distribution scheme of government of any type, rather it is for the cooperatives, rather it is for the small MSMEs, rather it is for the farmers. Government promote a RuPay, and this support of government is very significant factor of the rise of RuPay. Another thing is that RuPay has taken care of the Indian needs, while Visa and Mastercards are the foreign players, and they do not and they have failed in understanding the Indian needs. But RuPay has understand because payment platforms like Visa and Mastercard charge up to 0.5 to even 3.5 percentage as commission from the banks, but RuPay do not take any commission. It works on zero fee, so it is good for the merchant, buyer, and the banks as well. Also, the in the Indian market, in the Indian market, like things are like farmers have to use the cards. Also, the cooperatives like the milk producers and the milk cooperatives like Amul, in these areas, the distribution of money, the flow of money, the financial transactions is done through UPay, through RuPay, and that is very beneficial for the rise of RuPay itself. Another thing is that the government is backing financially also. Also, government announced a package of 1300 crore to promote RuPay in its various platforms, and hence government is also incentivizing banks if a transaction is done through RuPay. So that is also very good, and because of this partiality of the government, which is good. The Visa filed a case in the to the US government, saying that the Indian government is giving unfair treatment to a company, to a RuPay. So that is good because we want to save our interests of data breaches, and we don't want that the financial data of Indian customers, of Indian people, gets gets outsourced, gets stored in the foreign countries. So that is a good step taken by the government, and we should not fear of such cases. Also, there are some now RuPay is expanding, not only in the country but also across borders. Like Singapore has been the first country which showed interest in RuPay, and and 64 million RuPay cards has been distributed in the world, which is not a small number. It is huge as we compare to the other payment gateway platforms which have been started in the last 10 years. Also, Indian government cooperated with the Japan Credit Bureau and other international forums as well, financial forums also, where Indian government got support, and RuPay is getting a edge in the international market also. And one more thing that the government favored is that not government but RBI announced that no issuance will be there for the cards which will outsource the payment information of Indian customers. So further, no cards will be there which are which can do data breaches, and hence RuPay clearly gets a boost because RuPay is the most trusted if we talk about to saving the data of Indian customers. Another thing are that way ahead. First is that as RuPay is following the no fee model, and hence it is very successful in the market. So it must continue to follow the no fee model until and unless it is able to achieve great successes like Visa and MasterCard in the international market also. Another thing is that although RuPay is having 60% market share in the debit card area, but in the credit card area, which is an expanding market in India especially, RuPay is only holding a market share of 20%, which is very less. So RuPay must also focus in the credit card zone, and it should play on front foot while in the credit card area also. Another thing is that more international cooperation should be there, because RuPay is the thing which can get India the control over the world financial system up to a great extent, and for that government should promote RuPay in different international forums, and that is how we will be able to see the success of RuPay in the international markets also, which are currently dominated by the players like Visa and Mastercard. So that was about RuPay. Thank you very much.